But you don't have an opinion about the players using that
Using the N
word
word.
and his view on it versus any other word that you could use that you would get in trouble for.
Listen. This is what I say. So I got canceled on the last pod because I said color people.
Color people, yeah, we
Yeah,
don't,
which I'll
yeah,
never. Yeah, we won't touch on that
fake
again.
wilding, yeah.
But all right, but listen. So playing basketball, my almost my entire life on the court, people say what they say, right? My entire life, I've heard everybody say that word playing basketball. It's just something that comes out of black people. Like I feel like that's just during the game. Like either it's a celebration, like it could be a word of celebration, or it could be like somebody that's upset because of a call, because of a foul, whatever it may be. And so I've never partaked in that. I've never participated. I don't have emotions towards it because I'm not obviously black. And I've never used that word, and I'll never use that word.
What word?
That word.
What word? Say it.
Andy, and I've seen Andy because I obviously he said he's played basketball a long time, a long time. Sorry, I've seen him hit that game winner shot, and in his head he says, "I'm that." Seen it in his son's brain moving like
Nah, never,
Jesse,
never.
what's your view on it?
somebody was. Mm-hmm.
What you
What's your
think,
view on
Jesse?
it?
So I was watching First Take, not First Take, Undisputed this morning, and they were kind of talking, and it kind of made sense. Is just that he's um like trying to be in touch with his roots now, right? He's trying to see a different avenue of trying to reach his African
Enlightenment.
heritage, right? Enlightenment, right? So I think now him educating himself in the African culture, that now that's kind of offensive, right? So maybe that word kind of triggers him because maybe he doesn't associate himself with that, or he sees it as a bad thing because his views change, right? And that's very understandable because maybe that's how he's coping with what he's doing, or who knows. Um, but I think there is a point where you should have respect for those people, right? If you know someone's Muslim, you're not going to call them a pig, right? You're not going to say something mean, if I think you just have to kind of be cautious, and he makes it public, but then in Schroeder's case, it's the game. He's the guy's all in his face, and reactions happen. Like you, sometimes you might forget. You could say, "Yeah, do this and do that," but in the heat of the moment, something's going to come out. Words are going to come out, and I don't think he meant nothing bad about it. I think Kyrie maybe overreacted. He could have went a different way.
For
Um,
sure.
but people have their views. Like if somebody calls me that word, I'm not gonna be mad. Like I'm not gonna if it's another brother telling me but
Party Up is your favorite song. Love to call black people brothers. If
I
it's another brother,
don't want to say color people.
hey, my brother. Hey,
I'll
brother.
get canceled, man.
Nah, he's not canceled. He's funny. That's funny. The fact that hey, yeah, there was a guy and he was another brother. What? Who says that? Nah,
Hey,
he was a
that's
black man.
that's what makes this podcast so
Oh my
great, though.
god.
Because look, I'm Hispanic. Jesse's over here white,
Jesse's a
and
yeah.
then you're black.
You just
So
got
we
No,
got.
I'm a brother apparently.
I, you got triggered for me calling you a brother, so that's you just Kyrie. You got the same haircut.
That's funny. Now
What
for
you
me,
think? What you
like
think? What you think?
I don't use that word. Um, obviously, no, I don't say obviously, but I used to use that word. Um, growing up, listening to hip hop, being in the black community, like we use that word all the time. So I don't use that word. I haven't really used that word in um several years now. I switched up my vocabulary, changed things within my life, and that's not one of the words that I use. I'll say it from time to time, depending on the context or, whatever's going on, in the situation that I'm in. But it's not a word that I use regularly at all. And even when the songs come on, like I don't say the word anymore. So there are very few occasions you'll hear that word, uttered out of my mouth, and definitely, um, as Brandon said, we had a conversation about this, not in mixed company either.
Hmm.
So for me, I don't really care if other people use it. That's their prerogative. I definitely don't like it when people use the word nonstop. Like it's very annoying to me. Side note, also when people are like, bro, oh bro, hey bro, nonstop, like that's annoying to me as well. Same with the B word. I don't like it like when people use overuse any type of term or anything like that. So outside of people like using it nonstop, and using it like in public, you out at a nice restaurant, you talking about I don't like that either. But if you want to use that, in your vocabulary and it's not being overused, hey, be my guest. Just for me personally, that's not a word I use anymore.
That's like just a question I feel for a lot of people, and it's not really a question. It shouldn't be a question. When like anybody else that's not black, that's are they allowed to say it, and like when is the right time to say it? But for me, the answer is like no and never. But I know that that question does come up. Like I've been around a few of those conversations, and I mean, my take on it is not a positive word, but
Mhm.
at the same time, like if people want to use it, obviously, like they're
But you understand it based on the fact that it's steeped in the black culture and hip hop culture and sports culture. You understand it.
yeah, like even when the song comes on,
You say it.
I'm gonna skip that word.
Why? Say it.
I'm just not gonna say it. I'm not. And then there's no reason for me to say it on everything that I know. There's no reason for me to say
You
it. Like it's
understand it.
not gonna give me points, and just being honest, I feel like some people feel like that makes them cooler.
Oh, for
It's gonna give them
sure.
points, or you got credibility. But no, it doesn't. I feel like you get more credibility when you just know that that's not the right thing to say or ever even mention. You know what I mean? Like, but obviously we're different. We're at different points in our lives, and then for a different bracket of friends, it
There's
might
so
be a
many
different
there's so many environments that I've been in to where I've been around Hispanic, Mexican, Latin people, some white people who
use
I
it.
hear use the word more than a lot of my black friends and family, and that bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Like for real. And I'm like, and they be young kids, like, late teen, mid to late teens, early 20s. And I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like how has no one addressed this to you? And in some instances, like I say something, in some instances, I just give a look or won't say anything at all, just because you never know these days. Somebody might try to, run up on you. So, I think it's important to be aware of your surroundings and whatnot. So I choose, when to acknowledge certain things wisely. So I don't know. But
Yeah.
sticking on basketball,
what we
Grant
got?
Hill is out here doing big things. He
Him and
you
Tamia.
know, him and Tamia, he out here is gonna be take over USA basketball from Jerry Colangelo and the
Hey,
Colangelo family,
let's go.
which
Round of
is
applause for him, man.
amazing. I know, he went from being at Duke, being a star, to being a star in the NBA, to going through a bunch of injuries and still having a long, impactful career. To, he tried to get with the group to buy the Atlanta Hawks, and excuse me, that didn't go through. But he's a really good analyst on TNT, a great ambassador for the game, and now he's going to continue on. I think that that's dude that cool that you see a black man in charge of something that major, and he's younger by corporate America standards to be in charge of something like that. So I think that that's amazing.
He took over Jerry Colangelo's job.
Yeah, so which is the chairman or whatever, the head of
He
USA basketball, so
foresees
the
all
decision maker.
operations,
USA
decision making.
basketball, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Yep.
That's big. That's big boy moves right there. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yep.
Hey, Grant Hill's the only one to have his feelers in Costco.
Costco. He had them in Costco.
Yes,
I had a pair of Grant Hill feelers.
get him in
I
Costco.
wish Grant Hill feelers would.
Yeah,
That was
those were
cold. I was a Nike guy the whole time, so I don't know if I've ever had any
Those are like
feelers, but
those are like Timberlands, like either
yeah,
high tops were they were heavy.
he had a
never
few
had it.
different pairs. And
Nah, I
then
had the
LeBron doing big things too, man. Like now he's part of the ownership group that has the Fenway Sports Group,
mm,
which is the Boston Red Sox, and I think they already have a stake in one of the soccer teams overseas, that I think he has already been involved in that. But now he's part of the Fenway Sports Group, so him and Mav are going to be part of, the Boston Red Sox owners, which is major, especially again, two black men, and you talking about Boston, which is notoriously racist city in America.
Mm.
So that's huge. And the fact that, all the rivalry between he and the Celtics, whether it was Cleveland and the Celtics, or Miami and the Celtics as well. So that's major, man. Like two prominent people doing big things.
I think
Black man.
he's just playing his cards for him to eventually own a team one
It's
day.
gonna happen.
Yeah, then that'd be crazy to see. Like, but just like it's so fitting though, his whole story, and
Yeah.
we're gonna write books about him one day. Which they'll probably write a book now, but he's an inspiration for sure. Don't matter the race, like he's just an inspiration as a human being to do all the things that he's been able to do and accomplish.
So looking at them, like, go ahead, Jesse. What'd you say?
He's gonna be in the literature books in the future. He'll be part of
You
our
got it.
history.
You got it.